Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Soka University of America on this most auspicious occasion, the much anticipated commencement of the graduate and undergraduate classes of 2018. We are pleased to announce that today's ceremony is being broadcast to family, friends, and alumni around the world via live streaming through our SUA website. We will now begin our program. Please stand for the 2018 commencement processional and remain standing for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 commencement of Soka University of America. Please remain standing as members of the student chorus sing the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Now, please welcome the president of Soka University of America, Daniel Y. Habuki.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2018 Commencement Ceremony of Soka University of America. On behalf of SUA, I'd like to welcome all of you, especially the family and friends of our graduating students. I'm very pleased to welcome the Board of Trustees and our distinguished faculty. We truly appreciate your contributions. I'd also like to express my appreciation to the university founder, Daisaku Ikeda, for his warm support over the years. I'm honored to welcome this year's commencement speaker, Ms. Susie Snyder. She's the Nuclear Disarmament Program Manager for PAX in Netherlands. She's also a member of the steering group overseeing the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons, ICAN, and attended the Nobel Prize Award ceremony for the acceptance of the prestigious award. In 1957, Mr. Jose Toda, the university founder's mentor, made a historic declaration calling for the ban of nuclear weapons. He shared, quote, "Although a movement calling for the ban on the testing of atomic or nuclear weapons has arisen around the world, it is my wish to go further to attack the problem at its root," end quote. With a groundbreaking effort from ICAN, I am reminded that actualizing such changes require hard work, patience, and perseverance. On the other hand, I believe the process to achieve such change takes time because it requires the transformation of the people's heart through the efforts of education and dialogue. Equally, laws and policies may protect our human rights, but it is very evident that discrimination and judgment still exist in our communities. In a sense, as Mr. Toda shared, to attack the problem at its root, we must continue to work on both areas on institutional and individual transformation. The university founder once shared that his dream was to make his mentor's dream a reality. To actualize Mr. Toda's vision for the future, Mr. Ikeda has dedicated his life to promote peace for over 60 years, including his annual peace proposal and petition for nuclear abolition to the United Nations. To our dear graduates, I share this with you, as you will soon physically leave this campus with big dreams to change communities, societies as a whole. Please remember to have a patience and endurance as you start the next chapter of your life. In the song written by our student, "On the Path of Peace," the chorus perfectly expresses your journey. Quote, "Your footsteps in the present will be path to peace one day, end quote. These so-called footsteps are all your efforts day by day. There may be time when you want to give up, but please remember your second home, SUA, and friendship you made as your light of hope. To the class of 2018, congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Hyun Moon, the Dean of Students here at SUA. I'm very happy to report that we have received a message from our university founder, Daisaku Ikeda, to the class of 2018. A digital copy of the full text of his message has been sent to all degree candidates, as well as to all members of the campus community. You can also access the message at the university website. Allow me now to take the opportunity to share the message. Message from SUA founder Daisaku Ikeda to the class of 2018. Congratulations to today's graduates. You who are the treasure of humanity and as precious to me as my own life. I can picture you vividly, the undergraduate class of 2018 and the class of 2018 in the master's program in educational leadership and societal change. I see you now in my mind's eye, taking flight, soaring from the hills of Aliso Viejo on new journeys with profound ideals and pride in your hearts. To the families and friends of today's graduates, sharing in this joyous occasion, my heartfelt congratulations to you also. And to the faculty and staff of SUA, who have warmly cared for and nurtured these brilliant students night and day, you have my deepest gratitude. It is a great joy and honor as founder to welcome the distinguished guests in attendance today, including our commencement speaker, Ms. Susie Snyder, Nuclear Disarmament Program Manager for the Netherlands-based peace organization PAX, and a member of the International Steering Group of the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons, ICAN, which won the Nobel Peace Prize. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you all. 10 years have passed since the SUA student song, On the Path of Peace, was composed. It is a song of which I'm very fond. Today again, my wife and I are listening together to this song and the song, The Light of Hope, as we watch over the ceremony, thinking of you all. In celebration of your new departure, reflecting on some of the exchanges we have had with cherished friends who have visited SUA over the years, I would like to share with you, my beloved students, 3 actions that I believe are essential steps on the path of peace. The first is to renew your youthful vitality each day through the power of hope. I had the privilege of meeting Dr. Norman Cousins, lauded as the conscience of America, on 2 occasions at the former Soka University Calabasas campus, where we shared a stimulating dialogue on a wide range of topics. When Dr. Cousins was 49, he was diagnosed with a degenerative connective tissue disease and informed by the doctors that he had 1 in 500 chance of survival. Through the power of his determination and life force, he not only overcame this illness, but also recovered from a heart attack at 65. Dr. Cousins, an immortal champion of peace and humanity, demonstrated to us the power of conviction. The greatest power in the world, he said, is the capacity of human life to rejuvenate itself. He was convinced that human beings have an innate ability to overcome all kinds of suffering and ordeals and to cure illnesses, both physical and mental. However, even more remarkable than that, he said, is the power of hope. Life is a constant succession of struggles. The loftier your goals, the rougher and more challenging will be the peaks and ridges that you must scale. There will also be times when you meet with despair and disappointment. Please be convinced, however, that the boundless powers of revival are inherent within your youthful life. It is precisely at the most difficult of times, when things are hardest, that I would like you to strive to take a step forward with a never-defeated spirit. Reignite the flame of hope that has burned within your heart during the golden days you spent at SUA, and then challenge yourself again to take another step. It is from here, from this effort, that your life will without fail begin to revolve mightily with renewed hope. The second action lies in the sincerity with which we strive to spread the friendship of global citizenship. This past March, Ms. Shigeko Sasamori, a survivor of the Hiroshima atomic bomb, spoke during the first annual symposium on the culture of peace hosted by the SUA students on the role of youth in the nuclear disarmament movement. Ms. Sasamori was exposed to radiation from the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima when she was 13. 10 years later, she was brought to the United States to be treated for the keloid scarring on her skin. It was Dr. Cousins who exerted himself to make it possible for her to receive numerous necessary surgeries and later adopted her as a daughter. Throughout her life, Ms. Sasamori nurtured friendship with many people through beautiful human-to-human exchanges. Dr. Joel Elks, a psychiatrist and a friend of Dr. Cousins, once fondly shared his memory of Ms. Sasamori offering to give his wife a shiatsu massage when she was feeling unwell. Dr. Elks was moved almost to tears as he watched Ms. Sasamori so caringly treat his wife with her painfully scarred fingers out of her sincere and earnest desire to comfort and heal the person in front of her. This experience, he said, provided an important insight for his own research. It led him to the conviction that the vital key to recovery from any illness or pain is to be found in life-to-life contact, a connection that can transcend cultural differences and even a history of hatred. It was Dr. Elk's belief that beautiful heart-to-heart interactions stimulate the sublime harmonizing power inherent in all people. Our SUA is a solidarity of people seeking to create human harmony through open-hearted and sincere exchanges with each person in the community and in the world. As proudly sung and on the path of peace, you have fellow alumni with whom you share a shining bond of love. There are fathers and mothers throughout the world who place in you their passionate hopes and expectations, eagerly awaiting your success in the world. With such pride, I would like you to cheerfully and with sincerity expand a network of friendship and trust, building a unity of global citizens and forging heart-to-heart bonds between people. The third action is to strive with unrelenting tenacity to bring out the goodness in human life. In October 2001, Dr. Joseph Rotblat, who dedicated his life to the abolition of nuclear weapons, visited SUA and delivered a commemorative lecture. This is a treasure page in our history. In our discussion, Dr. Rotblat shared with me why he was able to continue his efforts for peace for as many as 60 years. It was, he said, because he believed in the goodness of human beings more than anything else. In other words, he was able to forge on in his challenges without relinquishing optimism precisely because he embraced the philosophy which held that human beings are intrinsically good. We at SUA have been entrusted with and continue to uphold this conviction of Dr. Rotblat. Following his footsteps and those of our great forerunners, and alongside the distinguished guests here today, let us together move forward with unremitting tenacity, with faith in the innate goodness of life. Let us bring forth this goodness from within ourselves and others, and let us continue to do so without our lives with vigor, wisdom, and joy. My happiness lies in all of you becoming happy. My victory is for each of you to triumph. I would like to conclude my congratulatory message by wholeheartedly calling out to all my beloved graduates. May you all be blessed with good health, good fortune, and victory. 3 cheers to our proud graduates. My most heartfelt congratulations once again, Daisaku Ikeda, founder, Soka University of America, May 25th, 2018. And now, please join me in welcoming the student chorus and orchestra, which will be performing their rendition of Simon Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water to show their love for the class of 2018.
you very much for your beautiful performance. Very beautiful. At this time, it is my great pleasure to be able to confer the Soka University of America's highest award of honor to our commencement speaker, Ms. Snyder. Will you please step forward? Soka University of America highest award of honor, Suzy Snyder. In honor of your outstanding dedication to Soka University of America and for your personal commitment to the humanistic ideal upon which it was founded, the university hereby recognizes your contribution to the youth of the future and their development as global citizens of the 21st century on this 25th day of May 2018, Daisaku Ikeda founder, Daniel Y. Habuki, present.
Once again, Ms. Snyder, we are honored by your presence with us today. Allow me to share a few words about our distinguished speaker. As President Habuki has shared earlier, Ms. Snyder is the Nuclear Disarmament Program Manager at the peace organization PAX in Netherlands, where she leads the PAX No Nukes team. Ms. Snyder has coordinated the research, publication, and campaigning activities surrounding the annually updated Don't Bank on the Bomb report since 2013. She has published numerous reports and articles, including Dealing with the Ban, the Rotterdam Blast, the immediate humanitarian consequences of a 12-kiloton nuclear explosion, and withdrawal issues what NATO countries say about the future of tactical nuclear weapons in Europe. She is an international steering group member of the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons, better known as ICAN, which won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2017, and a 2016 Nuclear Free Future Award laureate. Previously, Ms. Snyder served as the Secretary General of the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom at their Geneva Secretariat. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Snyder.
Wow, thank you. Whew, I'm so excited, my hat almost fell off. It's really a great honor and a privilege to be here with you today, to be here at the Soka University of America. I have had so many positive experiences with people connected to your donor organization, the international NGO Soka Gakkai International. I've met truly inspirational, courageous, hopeful, and inspiring individuals. And I'll be honest with you, I am still in awe that we, together with other bold and brave people around the world, share that really pretty 2017 Nobel Peace Prize. It's like this big. It's heavy. And it's really pretty, it's shiny. I like shiny stuff. So it's a huge honor. And it's great that it's shared by so many people that are part of ICAN. And ICAN is a campaign we're made up of ordinary folks doing sometimes extraordinary things, sometimes really boring things. But we're a campaign full of people that are nice and who work hard. And there's a lot of us that share this prize. And that's probably good, because it keeps it from going to our heads. But today's not about ICAN, it's not about a Nobel Prize. Today is our day to celebrate you. And congratulations. It's so exciting because you made it to this incredible milestone. It's a culmination of this most recent part of the journey of your lives. And I can imagine lots of you are wondering what next? With whom? And how? What are you going to do? I bet everybody's asking you that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What's the next part of your adventure going to be? Because really, the collection of experiences, both good and bad, the stories that we add to our personal histories. We remember Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, "The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear." And I'll tell you, it's hard sometimes to reach out without fear. As we were doing the processional in, I had a great fear that I would trip and fall. And just now I'm standing here and you can't see it, my hands are shaking. They always do. Because reaching out without fear, it requires throwing a little bit of caution to the wind. It requires you to be a bit daring and to keep trying, to do things and to participate in what happens in the world around you, to actively choose your adventure. And we live in times that aren't quite so easy, but actually I guess every generation can say that. And the world is better than it was 100 years ago. Women around the world, mostly, can vote. We have a universal understanding of fundamental human rights. And they're actually upheld more often than they're not. And we've built incredible tools and mechanisms to lift one another into a society based on human dignity. We even have treaties outlawing the worst weapons ever created. Society is moving along and growing and adapting, and the world is getting a bit better. You and I and the communities we choose to share our time with are doing things every day that are helping to make the world one that we want to live in. And we all hope to live in the best world we can imagine. And in my imagination, that is a world of human rights, of dignity for all persons, a world that is more often fair than it is not. It's a world that has a chance to survive, a world that has a chance to grow and to learn from the mistakes of the past, just as you and I have had the chance to grow, just as we have learned from our own mistakes. And I'm sure we have all made mistakes here and there. I know that I want to live in a world that believes in me the way that I dare to believe in the great possibilities the world has to offer. The way I have always dared to believe that I can do anything as long as I work hard and be nice to people. To maintain hope for the world, hope that we will in fact live in the world that we dream of, to keep our eyes on the prize, we need to be daring. The way that I dare to believe that you, graduates, are going to make this world a better place than you found it. That's a hope I have for you. It's a challenge. I dare you to take it on. And when you get dared to do stuff, it's usually kind of a kid's challenge, like get you to overcome something you might be afraid of. I dare you to pick up a squirmy frog. I dare you to talk to that new kid in the class. I dare you to do something that stretches your boundaries, that reaches outside your comfort zone. Daring to do something is just another way to motivate yourself, to have a little bit of courage. And I found that it really helps to be a bit daring, a bit willing to take risks. And I know some of you have. Some of you are very, very far from home. Some of you graduates, some of your families and communities and support networks, they dared to overcome challenges and adversities that others can only imagine. You dared to dream big, to get here, and you made it. Here you are. It's amazing. Congratulations, graduates, and congratulations to all that surround you with their hopes, daring you to be the person that you want to be, the person you know you can be. That community around you is so important, like your family. And I mean family of all types, those that you're born into, but also those that you have chosen. Families that knew what your dreams were before you ever articulated them. I want to thank you, families, for all that you have done to bring these graduates to this momentous occasion. And your friends, to all your friends. For many, these past years have created friendships that will last a lifetime. Friends like those you met on your first day on campus. Friends you know you'll always be BFFs with. And friends, some of whom you may not see after today for a year, or 2, or 12, or 20. Friends have untold influence on who we choose to be. They're the ones that we test our dreams out on. They're the ones who we learn to whisper our hopes to give them shape, to give them depth. Friends are some of the first people to help us articulate what it is that we really want to be in the world, and what we want the world to be around us. Friends dare us to try new things, and then they share the stories of the adventures that we create along the way. And as we begin to face the future, we can't overlook those that challenged us so intensely to get here, the teachers. And I know there are lots of teachers here. They're both those that are recognized formally for your role in academia, your role in shaping minds, and giving us the tools we need to think about who we are in the world and what we want the world to be. And there are quite a few of you who have taken up the mantle of educators without ever actually taking the title of teacher. So I want to thank you, teachers, professors, educators of all sorts, for everything that you have done to help build the critical thinking skills of these graduates as they go forward into the world. And remember, folks, these are the members of your community, the ones that dare you to dream big and to never, ever, ever, ever lose hope. And now's a chance for us to really thank them, the friends, family, teachers, and all those that shaped bright minds, nourished bodies, dared dreamers, and brought to you all today. And I want to thank them for being both visible and invisible support systems. Graduates, remember your community around you is strong, and it grows and it changes, and that means that you are growing and changing, and hoping and daring, and I hope always, always learning. And I don't mean necessarily continuing in academia, although some of you will certainly go down that road. I mean the constant learning from everything around us, because every single thing life throws at us gives us a choice and a chance to learn, to reflect back, to do something, say something. And when you're constantly learning, your hope is constantly renewed. Your skills grow, as does your ability to be daring. You become courageous, and your courage will inspire others. I am always learning. And one of the things that I'm learning how to do better is to articulate what I want in the world. What do I actually hope for? And you might think that's kind of simple, right? It should be fairly simple. And for my 2-year-old who's napping up there, it is pretty simple. He sees an ice cream. He says, "Mama, I want that." And he articulates clearly, if not always politely or quietly. As we get older, though, those desires, those wants, those hopes, and those dreams, they get more complicated. And when I started working on the nuclear issue, and it's been a bit of time, I wanted justice for those who had been harmed in the pursuit of the capability to destroy life as we know it. I wanted to see human rights restored to the displaced, the bombed. I wanted democracy and the freedom to choose to live in a world without the constant threat of catastrophe. And to be honest with you, as long as I can remember, I have just wanted the world to be fair. It sounds simple, but there's a lot of obstacles to that. And I continue to face them and learn from them. And one of the obstacles that comes back and back are the determined efforts of those who want the exact opposite. those who want to overcomplicate what I'm hoping for, those who tell me I am naive to want justice and human dignity and a safe and clean environment, those who say that to hope for a world that gave up nuclear weapons is something too simple, that nothing in life is fair, and to get up, you have to put someone else down. And I'm sure we have all run into those that suggested instead of reaching for the stars, we should focus on the tiniest of changes to keep our heads down and our dreams practical and realistic. To that, I dare to say nope. That's not my way. That's not my hope. I know the world I imagine is a world that is possible. I know that if I keep working hard, keep being nice, I know that anything is possible. Because it must be. Just look at how what has been imagined in the past has come into being. Look at how, I look at my own lifetime at how things have changed. I mean, there's the internet now, okay? That's pretty incredible. And, you know, you all probably have cell phones either in your hands, like I usually do, or in your pocket if you're being more polite than I usually am. And that cell phone has more computing power than the monstrous desktop machine I wrote my papers on when I was at university. But with every dream and every hope, there is someone pushing and there's something pushing in the other direction. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it takes a lot to keep focused, to keep working hard, to keep articulating what you see as the truth. For me, it's what I see as possible. And it's hard sometimes to keep smiling, to keep laughing. It's not always easy, and I do not always succeed. But I don't hold that against myself. I take it as a lesson, learn from it. Failure is a great teacher. I know that not everything I do is going to be absolutely amazing. I do a lot of boring stuff. That's okay. Every once in a while, I do get to do something amazing. And there are moments when I have doubts. And I look to my bigger community and I try to remember inspirational words, like Vera Nazarian, who said, "Yawns are not the only infectious things out there besides germs. Giggles can spread from person to person. So can blushing. But maybe the most powerful, infectious thing is the act of speaking the truth." I know that I need to have the courage to dare to keep speaking my truth. I find courage from my ever-evolving community. And the way that I keep speaking truth is, like I said, I do stuff, all sorts of stuff. And some that works and some doesn't, and I keep trying. And it really helps me to remember that we are all part of something bigger than ourselves. We are part of the systems of belief and culture and identity that is shaped by our experience of the world. And to remember that those systems are not necessarily designed for everyone to succeed in the same way. They may not be fair. But that doesn't mean we don't have a choice. It doesn't mean we can't have influence. It doesn't mean we should stop trying. Now, Yoda said, "Do or do not. There is no try." But I disagree. And as we keep our heads up and act for what we want, what we most believe in, we let our imagination of what is possible be our guiding light, and we try to do our best. This year is the 50th anniversary since Robert F. Kennedy was murdered. And I often wonder, what would have happened if the heroes of that generation hadn't been taken? What would our work for peace and justice and human dignity look like if the man who said, "Each time a man stands up for an ideal or acts to improve the lot of others or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance." That was a man that was not afraid to try. And I like to imagine, if he was still alive today, generating currents to sweep down walls. And I wonder, what kind of things would you or I be trying to do in that kind of world? And I'll tell you, I'm sure I'd still be a feminist. And I'm sure that even in a world where many of those walls of oppression had been swept aside, there'd still probably be a gender pay gap. And people somewhere would be held back from realizing their full human rights, and the world still wouldn't be fair. And that aside, it is a magnificent articulation of clear and simple hopes and dreams, daring and courage. And his words are a reminder that when we act for the good of all, it has a powerful ripple effect. And we don't know where it might lead. And when you look at the journey ahead, sometimes it's really not clear. A big part of doing stuff in the world is changing plans to adapt to new situations and new opportunities. So graduates, don't be afraid to change your plans, to seize chances, to fling yourself with abandon into your great work, or whatever it is that fuels your passion. Because we also have to balance our passion with eating. Eating's important. But when plans change and success happens, it often turns into a lot more work. But the good kind, the kind that makes you excited to get out of bed in the morning, excited to talk to your colleagues, to learn and teach and grow every single day. The kind of work that gives you the chance to mentor others. And to be a mentor whenever you can. I wouldn't be here without gracious mentors and their support, informal educators, some of whom have absolutely no idea the impact they had on me. That's what daring to hope and hoping to act can bring you. It can bring you the joy of waking up each and every day excited by the adventure that awaits. And some days, some of my days, that adventure is walking to the office and checking out new graffiti along the way. Some days, it's holding a Nobel Prize. Some days, it's realizing that thing you just put the last 4 weeks of work into is just a big failure, and you gotta scrap it. On those days where you do have those failures, remember your community, your ever-changing community of those you know closely and those you are learning to know. Choose your community and surround yourself with those that will forgive your mistakes and encourage you to get back out there and do more stuff. Sometimes members of your community are people you have never met, like Audre Lorde is for me. She and I went to the same high school, just a generation or so apart. But on the days that I don't want to try anymore, she reminds me, once you start to speak, people will yell at you. They will interrupt you, put you down, and suggest it's personal. And the world won't end. Graduates, I know that looking ahead from today is a bit nerve-wracking. But I tell you, the world is not as scary as you might think. It's not going to end if you try stuff and it doesn't work out. So go out in the world and do stuff. Do cool stuff. Do boring stuff. Do things to surprise yourself and inspire others. You can achieve your dreams. And don't worry when those dreams aren't at all what you planned. You can and will find the courage to understand and articulate and plan and fail and plan and succeed. And you will find a way to build the world of your dreams. I'm so excited for you and excited to be part of the wonderful world of your future. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much, Ms. Snyder, for your warm, thoughtful speech on this special day. Now, I'd like to ask Dean of Graduate School, Dr. Tomoko Takahashi, to present candidates for the graduate degree.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to present to you the graduate school class of 2018. As the founding dean of the graduate school, it is an especially great pleasure for me to introduce the master's degree candidates. Mr. President, these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for the Master of Arts in Educational Leadership and Societal Change. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend that they be admitted to this degree.
With the recommendation of the faculty, the approval of the Board of Trustees, and by the authority vested on me as the President of Soka University of America, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts with all the rights and privileges obtaining thereto.
As a symbol of your graduation, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. Now, as I call your name, please come to the stage to receive your diploma. Samrat Basyal. Islas Hosokawa. Cynthia Yoko Suda. Alan Nava. Bhavna Rani. Marco Vienna Tim. Viviane Bellerin. My heartfelt congratulations to the graduate school class of 2018. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Bhavna Rani to come to the stage to give remarks representing her fellow graduate students.
Good afternoon. Today I feel extremely honored to be standing in front of all of you and to be able to speak on behalf of the third cohort of the MA program in Educational Leadership and Societal Change. My name is Bhavna and I'm from India. In 2016, when I announced my decision to my family about moving to the US to pursue my second master's degree in a fully sponsored program, my mother cried. Not tears of joy, mind you. She wailed, wondering who would want to marry me. Fortunately for me, I managed to get my way, and luckily for my mother, it turned out that there was someone imprudent enough who wanted to marry me. My husband and greatest supporter, Ankit Gandhi. In India, the decision to pursue an education at the age of 30 can be fraught with several challenges both from within and without. When I got here, I was introduced to the most culturally rich and diverse folks in the United States, who little did I know then were to impact my life significantly within the next 2 years. My cohort of 7 students, each one from a different country: Brazil, Nepal, Japan, Germany, United States of America, Quebec, Canada, and India. Dubbed from the beginning the Magnificent Seven, we've had a lot to live up to. Ours has been an incredible journey of laughter and tears, high hopes, and the relative despair that sometimes goes along with that, learning and unlearning, optimism and pessimism. We learned as much about leadership outside the classroom as we did inside. From the outset, a small, diverse cohort like ours offers 2 things. 1, the humility to know that there is always another way. For us, it was 7 other ways to view the same reality. And 2, the space in a speech like this to be able to talk about each one of them. So please allow me. Cynthia, in your classical Brazilian way, you've taught us that a leader must first and foremost be a cheerleader, that no conflict is worthy of more than 5 minutes of our time. You were the peacemaker of the group. Your enthusiasm made the sturdiest of us budge to your samba moves. Marco, you oozed your German directness into everything, from classroom discussions to research papers to your quite poignant sense of humor. From you, we learned accountability, pursuit of excellence, and love for soccer. In your version, football is a simple game. 22 men chase a ball for 90 minutes, and at the end, the Germans always win. Mitsue, you demonstrated to us the art of leading from under the radar. You exuded your true Japanese meticulousness, precision of work, and humility in each of your endeavors, while always shunning the limelight. But I'm not going to let you get away today. Samrat, your grit and perseverance throughout this MA program in the face of several odds, beginning from visa denials to supporting your family from distance, has been awe-inspiring. Hailing from a deeply patriarchal society of Nepal, your work on women issues has offered a fresh breeze of hope. Arlen, your Salvadorian roots and your experience growing up as an undocumented immigrant added dynamism and abundance to our class discussions. You asked questions and asked until you dug into the heart of the matter. Not only did you enrich us with your astuteness, you also gifted us with our first new MA program baby, Ezra. Vivian, volumes can speak to your efficiency, but today I'd rather highlight that you, your growth, and your endeavors in the last 2 years epitomize what Soka education, when done correctly and capitalized upon, looks like. For my own part, I like to think of myself as our lead learner. That is, the one who learned the most from all of you. Thank you very much. I now want to take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude to the founder of the university, Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, for building an institute of this stature that pulsates with immense humanism in every brick and mortar, a place that offered us infinite opportunities to challenge our intellect and humanity. Our sincere appreciation to the donors whose generous contributions allowed us to conduct research in different parts of the world, to present papers at prestigious conferences, and learn from distinguished visiting faculties. Thank you, Dr. T, Jay, Rosemary, and Karen for being such powerful launch pads in unleashing our true potential to embark on the next phase of our lives. And while I'm at it, I would want to conclude by addressing a question that has rung in my head and has been asked to me several times in the last 2 years. Why Soka? The answer to which has become clear only in hindsight. To all those questioning minds, including my own, Soka University of America has achieved in a mere 15 years what it has taken other institutions hundreds to achieve. Maybe not so much in the way of public recognition, although even that too, but definitely in the pride and loyalty and the lofty camaraderie of its graduates. The spirit of friendship and community cultivated during one's time at SUA, forming the core of our identity, is then carried forward by alumni beyond the walls of this university. This, I believe, has been one of our greatest contributions to this world as global citizens. Thank you very much.
Now, I'd like to ask Vice President of Academic Affairs and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Edward Feasel, to present the candidate for the undergraduate degree.
Mr. President, before I present the candidates, it is my great pleasure and honor to recognize the faculty of Soka University of America. Our faculty are mentors and friends. In their teaching, they inspire. In their scholarship, they set an example of lifelong learning and intellectual inquiry. Ladies and gentlemen, and especially the class of 2018, I invite you to recognize and thank them for all of their special efforts. Would our faculty please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my great pleasure and honor to present to you the undergraduate class of 2018. Will the bachelor degree candidates please stand? Mr. President, these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for the Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Arts. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend that they be admitted to this degree.
With the recommendation of the faculty, approval of the Board of Trustees, and by the authority vested on me, as the President of Soka University of America, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights and privileges obtaining thereto.
As a symbol of your graduation, please move your tassels from the right to the left. I would now like to ask our Dean of Faculty, Dr. Brian Pemprace, to call upon the undergraduate class of 2018.
Today we are presenting degrees to students of the undergraduate class of 2018. Students who will be graduating with honors will be called with one of the following categories of honors: cum laude, 3.5 grade point average; magna cum laude, 3.7 grade point average; and summa cum laude, 3.9 GPA. Will the candidates please come to the center of the stage to receive their diploma? Ning Natalie Allman. Delali Emi Afua Amoa, cum laude. Tetsuya Aoyama, summa cum laude. Avanti Arse Kularatna, magnum cum laude. Alexander Siddharth Banerjee, magna cum laude. Alyssa Nicole Blackburn, magna cum laude. Amanda Gnalum Borlesa, summa cum laude. Sydney Ann Riolo Byers, summa cum laude. Sung Un Byun, magna cum laude. Ana Taeko Casals Fernandez, summa cum laude. Fergus Chan. Ya-Chen Chang. Si Min Chiu, magna cum laude. Joan Chica, magna cum laude. Jisoo Choi, magna cum laude. Shania Davis, cum laude. Connor John Donnelly. Eduardo Isadora Escobedo Carvajal. Jack Evans. Jack is unable to attend today's commencement ceremony since he is representing Soka at the NAIA National Championship for Track and Field, and he's also summa cum laude. Christian Phillip. Joanna Gottschall. Sol Healy. Vanessa Hernandez Rodriguez, cum laude. Hiroe Hirai, magnum cum laude. Lucas Poole. Masakazu Ikeda, magna cum laude. Nobuhiro Imahashi, magna cum laude. Harim Jung, summa cum laude. Yerin Kang. Joshua John Korolchak, magna cum laude. Mitsuko Stephanie Kawai China, magna cum laude. Kylie Kemledge, magna cum laude. Zaria Key. Rashida Ellen Khan, cum laude. Taiko Kikuchi, magna cum laude. Hillary Kim, cum laude. Hinako Kishino, cum laude. Akiko Kitamura, magna cum laude. Yumiko Lotus Cookie, cum laude. Nobuyuki Sam Kurokawa, magna cum laude. Kenta Kuano, summa cum laude. Cassidy Danielle Levine, magna cum laude. James Lynn. Christopher Dalton Looper. Grace Julie Lovell, magna cum laude. Emmy Liu. Laura Maslanitsina, cum laude. Koichi Matsumoto, cum laude. Oscar Medina, magna cum laude. Kaito Morita. Christopher Mundy. Cheyun Na, summa cum laude. Eureka Nakagawa, magna cum laude. Risa Nakayama, magna cum laude. Win Ma Don, cum laude. Dane Kiyoshi Nimsura, magna cum laude. Briandra Lika Noel, magna cum laude. Michael Mitsuo Nun, magna cum laude. Valerie O'Connor. Dominique Ongaro, cum laude. Koichi Onogi, magna cum laude. Elisa Park. Harrison Richard Bruce, summa cum laude. Chun Ming Ran, magna cum laude. Jazz Ritter. Carla Rodriguez, cum laude. Natalie Rodriguez. Hannah Rosson. Eiichi Sato, cum laude. Ryan Schmucker. Lindsay Shainhart, summa cum laude. Sada Sud, magna cum laude. Miki Suitake, magna cum laude. Nobuo Takahashi. Alaska Adam Tan. Chai Mei Tan, summa cum laude. Shuntoria Taylor. Erica May Juan Trinidad, cum laude. Kayla Celeste Trujillo. Tomoaki Uehara, magna cum laude. Alexander White, magna cum laude. Shinichi Wong. Sachio Yagi, summa cum laude. Hayato Yamashita, magna cum laude. Hideaki Steve Yasue, magna cum laude. Yaroslav Zaplatal, summa cum laude. Galia Zhekova, cum laude. Yuye Zhou, magna cum laude. My heartiest congratulations to the undergraduate class of 2018.
Please be seated. Congratulations. And today's graduating seniors have selected from among their peers 3 students to speak on their behalf. Please welcome first to the stage Alexander Banerjee.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. Fair warning, I'm about to give you a speech that's a bit different, so I ask that you please bear with me. I can't give you an honest speech about how great life is going to be after graduation. Sorry. This is because I haven't yet graduated, so you can talk to me tomorrow if you want to hear about the alumni life. I can give you optimistic quotes, which is what WikiHow told me to do, but I think that's empty. The best thing to do is to talk about something that I know about, because what's the point of regurgitating the same ideas over and over? Now, I may have gone a little too far in this respect because I'm going to be presenting to you a mini thesis. I've heard SUA described in many ways, good and bad. But there's one thing I've never heard. I've never heard anyone say that Soka is symmetrical. When I say symmetrical, I don't mean the physical layout of the school or the architecture. I mean that SUA has a certain thematic symmetry, specifically in that the whole resembles the parts that make it up. So here's the thesis. Soka University of America is symmetrical in that it resembles its parts, and the aspects of the symmetry are as follows. Everything is small, but mighty. For the mathematicians in the audience, I apologize, because you're about to hear me ruin the word symmetry 2018 times. This is what happens when you give a humanities student a microphone. Anyway, I'd like to begin the explanation with my arrival on campus in August of 2014, because when I first came here, I sincerely did not think that I was going to graduate. There are 2 reasons for this belief. The first was that I had a weird ego thing going on, and I wanted to transfer to a more, famous, prestigious school, not some off-brand school called Soka. But the second reason was more serious. I struggled with suicidal tendencies, and 2 months before coming to campus, I had very nearly killed myself. When I got here, I wanted to get better, but I truly honestly believe that I just wouldn't make it. It wasn't a wish, it was just a probability. And when you're in that mindset, you do feel small. You know, forget about how much the world around you sucks. It's hard enough dealing with your own brain. But the thing is, sometimes there's a little voice in you that resists negativity. And sometimes there are other people who can give that voice a little more power. And then you keep going. When you keep breathing, there's something very strong about that. And this is not in the slightest limited to me. For all I've gone through, I've seen my peers struggle plenty. I'm happy to see you all here, not necessarily because of your classwork. I'm happy to see you here because you kept going after that 3 a.m. anxiety attack. I recognize that all of you have suffered, that many of you have felt small, and I'm here to remind you that you're strong too. People here talk about classes as united or divided or good or bad, and I don't really agree with that. I think that these are usually imaginary adjectives, or if they're real, they're non-issues. So when I look out at you, I don't see a class that's divided or united or whatever. I see Dane. My first month here, I was sick in bed for a week. I barely knew Dane, and he still offered to drive me to a pharmacy to get medicine. I see Jack, well, actually not right now, but Valentine's Day freshman year, Jack wrote me the absolute sweetest card because he knew I'd been feeling down. And I see Sungun. A few hours after letting me cry on her shoulder, she showed up to my door with a bag of my favorite candy. Forgive me for the names, but I just wanted to briefly illustrate how complex the assortment of people here are. I literally cannot list all of the people here who have kept me strong, because the truth is, it was so many of you, it might even be most of you. And most may not sound as good as all, but can anyone else honestly say that over half of their graduating class helped them get through the day? So this goes back to symmetry, actually. This class is full of people who have felt small, and it's full of people who have kept each other strong. And the result is a class that's small, you know, it's pretty puny, but it's mighty. And what happens when you stack 3 more undergraduate classes, the bridge programs, and the graduate program on top of the class of 2018? You get the same symmetry. A few hundred people, many of whom, if not most, struggle and feel small, but they pull through with strength regardless. The result is an institution that is small but mighty, just like everything that makes it up. The best thing about this symmetry is that I do not believe it ends here. Soka is just one part of a larger world, but I do hope that SUA will be the piece that shapes the whole in its image. Soka students themselves reflect this symmetry in their actions as global citizens. These students, my classmates, cross borders and shut down walls. In other words, Soka students make the world a smaller place, and they make it a stronger one, too. Articles on the internet have told me to have a conclusion that wraps everything up nicely, but I think the best thing about this symmetry, this school, and the people that make it up, is that there is no conclusion. I can't tell you how great the future is, because that would be overly optimistic. But I can promise that it's ours to make. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Now, please welcome Priandra Noel.
Happy Commencement Day, everyone! I love you too. My name is Priandra Lika Noel, and it is with such great honor and appreciation that I stand here today and speaking on behalf of my peers of the wonderful class of 2018. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Congratulations to us all, and thank you to all of our families, friends, donors, faculty, staff, underclassmen, alumni, and founder Daisaku Ikeda for supporting us along this extraordinary journey. 4 years ago, I committed to Soka University of America because I was blessed with the chance to make one out of my many dreams come true, which was to realize for myself what it meant to be the happiest Priandra that I could be in this lifetime. I recall very clearly opening my acceptance letter with my mom and feeling as though I was the lucky winner of a big 4-year-long vacation, which included an all-you-can-eat bistro, and many social opportunities to experience the world and to better myself as an individual. Here and now, I can say with absolute conviction and joy that in these 4 years, my dream has come true, and that I am happily embarking on a new journey in my life in pursuit of the next one. As I reflect on my time here, I believe that my dream came true because I accumulated the wealth of the most beautiful treasure in the world. I made plenty of unconditional friends with whom I can be myself and together make the world a better place. Better yet, I have made a countless number of brothers and sisters who not only changed my life, but gave my life newfound purpose. It was on May 11th of last year. It was on May 11th of last year when life took me by the reins and changed drastically, unexpectedly, and in a blink of an eye. My mom, Nobuko Noel, at the age of 52, passed away from cancer recurrence. I became a motherless child, lost my best friend, and felt as though my whole world was turned upside down. The flames of suffering and despair seemed to destroy everything around me, and the light of hope I arduously tried to keep aflame within me started to dim. Without the person who gave my life purpose and filled my life with joy, I began to give up on myself and to lose sight of who I was. President Danny Habuki's welcoming words to us as first years, his welcome to hell, had come true in ways that I had never expected. I was confronted with my biggest fear, the fear of becoming nothing. However, it was in these darkest of moments when I truly recognized the value of my Soka education. My friendships, the most precious gift that I am taking away from my undergraduate experience, was at the heart of solidifying the foundations for my absolute happiness. From my first day at Soka and up until today, each and every person here has embraced me with an indomitable spirit of compassion and camaraderie, all of which gave me the courage, strength, and comfort in the most difficult time of my life. We all have different Soka experiences, both good and bad, which have shaped us into the individuals that we are today. These experiences contain unique stories of heartbreak and loss, but most importantly, it contains one of growth. Today, as I reflect on Danny's welcoming words as a soon-to-be graduate, I have come to understand that his warm welcome to hell was empowering us to take the responsibility of realizing our right to become happy in any circumstance. As I was coping with my mom's loss, his words reminded me that I could turn any hell into a heaven, because I am now rich with friends whom I can trust with all my life. Oh. Sorry. Daisaku Ikeda says, "Watashi wa makenai, koufuku to wa mazu makenai koto da," which means, I will not be defeated. Happiness means to not be defeated. As we step outside of this small microcosm of the world into the bigger one, I look forward to everything that life has in store for us, because I have no doubt that we are going to face and overcome any obstacle that comes our way with courage, wisdom, and compassion together. We, the class of 2018, have showed actual proof during our time here that together everyone achieves more. There is only so much that can be said in the span of 5 minutes, but I would like to emphasize that I am incredibly honored and grateful to have been born on this tiny blue planet in this ginormous universe in the same era as the graduating class of 2018. I have absolute faith that world peace is in the palm of our hands and that we will achieve it using our education. In closing, I would like to share an original poem titled, "'Tis the Season." Now it is different, because timeless is every second. Forever flows through memories that bring tears, flowers with dead petals are framed, and there are no empty vases. Now it is different, because yesterday is unchanged. Tomorrow waits, dressed in dreams and belief. Clouded skies are shining ever so brightly, and there are no faded shadows. Now it is different, because stories have no endings. Time breathes in healing wounds. Nebulas are found on earth, and there are no broken hearts. Thank you!
Thank you, Pri. Also representing the class of 2018, please welcome Joshua Karolchuk.
Thank you, D-Moon, for that introduction, and amazing job again to Alex and Priyanka for their incredible and moving words. It is a great honor to share the stage with you both this afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joshua Karolchuk, and I would like to start by expressing my deepest gratitude for the opportunity to speak before my peers, their loved ones, SUA alumni, and our friends joining us via live stream. And to our professors, thank you. Thank you for your dedication and passion to mold us into a steady stream of global citizens committed to living a contributive life. I spent my junior year study abroad volunteering in a Red Cross clinic in Dakar, Senegal. Senegal is a country in West Africa with the most incredible food in the world, most of which I was allergic to. Incredible music and dance, and for those of you who know me, know I'm awkward and have little rhythm. Incredible athleticism. My friends and I finished literally dead last in the Dakar Marathon. Ambulances trailed behind us with traffic recirculating into the city streets. Shout out to Anna, Amani, and Grace. And last but not least, Senegal is a warm, beautiful, and welcoming community. Despite these wonderful aspects, as is the case in most countries, great health inequities also exist in one form or another. This was especially so in the area my clinic was located. I witnessed some of the most gruesome and difficult things I've ever seen in life while in that clinic, as I assisted the physician as he treated patients, while they endured procedures without anesthesia. These patients showed me what true and absolute strength means. The doctor also never lost his sense of compassion, joy, humor, or strength in a time that was not only unbearable to the patients, but immensely draining physically and emotionally for the physician and myself. He deeply mirrored Soka's undergraduate education for me and exactly the type of surgeon I hope to become. I am determined to keep in touch with the humanity, dignity, and integrity that Soka has inspired me to expand and value equally. Our experiences during our time at SUA have instilled great values amongst us. I believe Soka has taught us all to be kind, well-rounded, knowledgeable, and empathetic human beings. Our interdisciplinary education allowed us to critically think and understand both the power and the limitations of dialogue. It has shown us the power of unity, and more importantly, the power to bring unity where that may be lacking, and that there is power to knowing many languages, in respecting diversity, and listening to and sharing the stories of others. Our education helped solidify the importance of travel and cementing in-class experiences or in-class education with real-life experiences. We learned how to recognize and begin fighting social justice issues and inequalities, racism and discrimination, human rights violations, and more. Although we are just emerging into the real world, I believe the uniqueness and power of our education will continue to reveal itself as we continue to move forward. To my class of 2018, thank you. Delali, Laura, Amani, Cassidy, Erica, and especially Anna, thank you for being my greatest inspiration and support. I can't thank you all enough for sharing so many incredible experiences together. To our club leaders, student government leaders, and activists, thank you for inspiring us all by your work ethic, passion, and determination. To our athletes, we have watched you all work so hard in perfecting your sport and achieving your goals. To those who continuously volunteered and worked in the community, thank you for showing us all how altruism and compassion are at the root of what makes us great here at SUA. To the many artistic minds on campus, thank you for proving time and time again how art is an essential facet of great education. I would really name all of you individually if I could. There are only 89 of you here after all. Unfortunately, I can't fit you all in a 5-minute speech. As I leave SUA, I am reminded that we are not defined by the careers we attain, the jobs we may have, or how early we have our life plans figured out compared to our peers. We are defined by our interactions with others and our willingness to engage in dialogue. We are defined by our inexperience and our openness to asking new questions and trying new things, to maintain resiliency in adversity while still being able to extend a helping hand to one another in a time of need, to fight and advocate for those who may not be able to advocate for themselves, and to heal someone when bureaucratic forces may make this an immense challenge. To be kind and thoughtful to another without the expectation of recognition or reward. To speak up when necessary. To be silent and a good listener when necessary. And we will be defined by how we brought people together rather than divide. I'd like to close my speech with a final anecdote. In the summer of 2016, thanks to Soka's generosity, I had the opportunity to intern at a hospital in Bangalore, India. One day, while shadowing physicians in the ER, I witnessed an interaction between a surgeon rooted in a liberal arts education and a surgeon rooted in strictly biological sciences. Both surgeons studied the same material in medical school, though both had different foundational values. When a patient came in daily to the ER with a diabetic foot ulcer that needed debridement, the two doctors had two different perspectives. One impatiently said, "What is this guy doing? I clean his wounds and I change his dressings each day, yet he continues to come in. It's very clear he does not care about his health nor his well-being, and it is out of my hands." The other and more philosophically rooted surgeon said, "He comes in each day because he cannot afford shoes. He walks 5 miles barefoot to pick up medications for his ill wife. I will treat his symptoms as long as I need to, but I will also help him understand the links between walking barefoot and the worsening of his ulcer." The surgeon took a moment to ask the patient about his life circumstances and address him as more than a set of symptoms. This seemingly small moment impacted me profoundly, and I know that it impacted the life of that patient. This experience taught me to engage with people from all walks of life and listen to their stories and their struggles. It also fueled me to understand the forces and institutions that cause people suffering and to do something greater about it. Despite the reality that our lives are going to change from today, I am determined to not lose this foundation and values that I gained at SUA, and I truly wish the same for all of you. Before I finish, quick shout out to my mom and the rest of my family here today, and to my dad, who passed away 3 years ago. He did not have the privilege to attend college, and so I know he would be proud if he were here. The person I am and hope to be is because of my family, and especially my dad. Now, class of 2018, I'm confident that our unity, our determination, our courage, and our fervor will carry us through to a better day. Understand this: one day you will have the power to make a difference, so use it well. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations. God bless.
Thank you very much for your moving speeches, and congratulations to all the graduates. It is now my great pleasure to present the Founders Award. This year's Founders Award recipient is Amanda Barresa. In accordance with the founding principles of Soka University of America, your diligent effort in pursuit of academic excellence, commitment to integrity, and service to the university community have demonstrated the idea of this institution. In recognition of your outstanding contributions and with the expectation that your continued growth and development will foster immeasurable value, you are hereby presented with the Founders Award on this 25th day of May 2018, Daisaku Ikeda Founder.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting this, and I'm still a little choked up from the wonderful speeches that we just heard, so I'll keep it short. I just want to thank the faculty, administration, and staff for supporting me the past 4 years, especially Shane Barter, who took me under his wing the past 4 years. I want to thank my parents and sister Michelle. I couldn't have done any of this without you. And of course, Dalton Looper, who's also graduating with me. Lastly, I want to thank the donors. I couldn't have afforded this great education without you. And it's truly been life-changing. And I guess I'll just finish by congratulating my class. I love you all, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future. Thank you.
Congratulations, Amanda. As you must have observed by now, we're fortunate at SUA to have such a rich and talented pool of young singers and musicians. To celebrate the graduation of the class of 2018 and show their love, the students will now perform for us The Light of Hope. After the performance, we will begin the recessional. For your safety, please remain seated until the music stops and the platform party and the class of 2018 have exited the stage. Directly following the recessional, please join us for a reception outside this Performing Arts Center. Now, please welcome the SUA Student Chorus and Orchestra.
Trust my dreams to you.
Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2018. Thank you once again for your attendance today. We'll begin the recessional.